Some people this past weekend jumped to big conclusions after seeing viral video of teenagers wearing Make America Great Again hats surrounding a Native American. Turns out the situation that unfolded on Friday in D.C. was far more complicated. Here's Jim Axelrod.
The first angle of what unfolded on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial showed a Native American elder, Nathan Phillips, drumming, and Nick Sandman, a high school junior from Covington Catholic High School in Kentucky, inches away, while Sandman's schoolmates chanted. It seemed Phillips was being treated disrespectfully. But within hours, more videos surfaced.
What the hell did you see of crackers with Make America Great hat on?
The kids from Kentucky had been taunted by a small group of African-American provocateurs known as the Black Hebrew Israelites.
This is a bunch of future school shooters.
The Covington kids shouted over them.
Get this crack.
With what they say were school cheers, dozens jumping up and down. Which is when Phillips walked toward the group of students, beating his drum, he says, to calm a combustible situation.
What did you do when America was tearing itself apart? Did you turn your head, you walk away? Or did you go in there, into the midst of it, and say, this is wrong? That's what I did.
While Phillips said he heard the kids taunt him, and the diocese and school initially condemned the students, the other videos told a more complex story, according to supporters of the kids.
All they're doing is waiting to get on a bus, and they're being yelled at by grown men. Why are they the bad guys?
All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect of Israel. Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. This is going to be my response to the video, viral video, sparks outrage. Okay? Because you had those Edomite teenagers down in D.C. last Friday doing a so-called March on Life. Okay? And they were wearing those MAGA hats, those Make America Great Again hats. They were wearing those, and they were face-to-face with this Gadite elder, Nathan Phillips, of the Omaha tribe. Okay? And he was beating the drum in their faces. So this is going to be my response to that video. And I'm coming from a great millstone perspective. A great millstone Israelite perspective. Because what I got to say to HOI, you know, House of Israel, y'all was going the hell off, man. Because first of all, you should not have been down there. If you were wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, you wouldn't have even been down there in the first place. Just do this thing, do the work of the Most High according to the format of what the Lord said. Just teach in the chief place of concourse. You Jakes, you wanna go where the crowd is, man. You know, you want to be seen of men. You want to go down to where it's rallies and protests and marches. That means you want to be seen of men. So you want that smoke with Esau. You being carnal, man. HOI, you are being carnal. Now, originally, you know, I'm going to speak for myself. I re-uploaded the video dealing with how this had happened. You know, I re-uploaded the video itself. You know, but one of you guys from HOI, you contacted me on the comment board. You was like, this ain't brotherly. Take this down. You know, which I wasn't even putting that video up to speak against you. I didn't even know that was HOI. I wasn't sure what Hebrew Israelite group it was, you know. I just knew it was the Israelite group, but HOI contacted me, HOI Los Angeles. They said, hey, brother, remove it. You know, you just said no exact words, but you wanted me to remove the video, so I took it down. But one of the brothers in my camp, he made a good point. You know, he was like, man, first of all, what the hell y'all doing down there in the first place? You know, because, hey, the brother, he was like, man, why I take down the video? And I was like, you know what? You know, out of respect for you brothers, which y'all being niggas now, you know what I'm saying? Y'all doing some nigga stuff, man. All right, they don't represent Israel, what y'all doing, man. You know? True men of the Lord wouldn't do some stuff like that, man. Okay? Now, we know Esau gonna come against us anyway, but see, y'all want that smoke. So you're going to get that smoke, man. Because most of you Israelites out there, y'all carnal, man. You know? And I'm not saying that when we out there on the street, we don't get into it with Esau or you know, it's not even heated sometimes. Because it is. It could even be altercations. You know, a fight could break out. But see, it's not sparked from my end. See, y'all going down and y'all sparking that stuff, man. You know? Just by your presence. That wasn't being wise as a serpent. If you was a wise man of the Lord, and if you were seasoned in the truth, you would not have been down there in the first place. You know, so what the brother in my camp said was true, man. You know, the brother Abaya. What he said was true. You shouldn't have been down there in the first place. You know, so I was contemplating on it. I'm like, man, not only am I going to put the video back up, but I'm going to show how it's an example of what not to do, man. You know, so for you new Israelites out there, and by new, I mean you're newly coming into the truth because you were born a Hebrew Israelite. You're not new to that, but you're new to this truth. You know, those guys, they're an example of what not to do. Don't do that, man. You know, if it's some type of large gathering of Edomites, you know, don't go down there thinking you about to teach near them, man. You know, and not thinking that the narrative is going to be flipped around and you made to look like you starting stuff, man. Which, like I said, just by y'all presence, y'all starting it. But at the same time, instead of y'all generalizing things dealing with Esau, y'all pointing Esau out.
What did the kids, so far from what we know, what did they actually do? There's no assault here. What you do have, though, is the Black Hebrew Israelites shouting anti-gay slurs, racist slurs. They
call them blue-eyed demons.
Yes.
It's literally
they
demonization.
Call them young Klansmen. They call them school shooters. And they do that before and after the entrance of Nathan Phillips. So what it looks like is a chaotic scene. And I watched it from every angle, and I didn't see Nathan Phillips get surrounded by them in a menacing way. I saw him walk right into the scene. So I think in the age of Twitter, it's hard because you see the story, you're right, you want to jump, you want to comment, but I was surprised to see how many people, and I have to commend some reporters. There were some reporters on other networks that jumped to conclusions and walked it back and said, listen, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that, because when you watch the whole video, it's so clear that these kids were being antagonized. How they responded, you could say, wasn't mature. I don't expect a high school teenager to be mature. And maybe they did say some crazy stuff that's going to get unleashed. But as of now, the amount of coverage that they got for a rude expression versus what those Black Israelites said is astonishing difference.
You got to generalize things when you go into the scriptures. See, like I said, y'all being carnal, man. But let me go into these scriptures. You know, this ain't going to be a rant, but I'm going into this to show there was behavior that's not of the elect. The elect wouldn't do something like that. All right? And it's all about the elect. You think you about to just go down somewhere and you're going to gather Israel. You're not being spiritual. The Heavenly Father, he's gathering the elect of Israel. You say you about to go down there and wake up Gad. You're not being spiritual. The Lord wakes up Gad. You think just because you go where a large gathering of Israelites are and they next to Esau, you think you're going to wake them up? You out your damn mind, man. Hey, this shows a lot of you Jakes, you ain't been in this truth too long, man. You know, it don't matter. Hey, you got the, the gray beard and you call yourself chief this and all that. Y'all carnal, man. You're not seasoned in this thing. Okay? That's not seasoned behavior. Man. From there, let me go to Romans chapter 10. Okay? Romans chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayers to the Most High, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. But we know all Israel not going to be saved, only the elect. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. Yeah, so you going down to D.C. and you teaching the truth, but you in the midst of all these Edomites, and you in the midst of these Gadites that don't want to hear you. You in the midst of these Uncle Toms that don't want to hear you. And a lot of the things you said was true. I mean, you weren't going off doctrine-wise from what I heard of you, but that was out of season, man, the way you did that. That was you having a zeal, but not according to knowledge. You wasn't being wise as a serpent. That wasn't wise. That wasn't using wisdom. That wasn't being prudent, foreseeing the evil. Because if you foreseen that, you should have known Esau would have you on the news looking stupid. You know, flipping the story around on you, man. And that's what they did. They flipped the narrative or the story around on you. Now you look like the villain because you wasn't wise. Verse 3, for they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness, just doing this thing the right way, going in a chief place of concourse, and letting the internet gather the elect. Doing the work and let the internet do the heavy lifting. That's the Most High's righteousness. Okay? Teaching his word on the highways and hedges, and the Lord gathering his elect himself. And going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High. Right, so you going down to D.C. saying you about to wake up Gad. That's you going about to establish your own righteousness. Okay? The Lord wasn't dealing with that, man. Now, ultimately, that was predestined to happen because the Lord wouldn't allow it to happen. Ultimately, that was set up to happen because it happened. But at the same time, that wasn't being wise. That wasn't using wisdom. Okay? And that was to be seen of men. That's what that was about. You know, a lot of you Jakes, y'all think y'all tough guys, man. You're going to come to find out you're not a tough guy. When Esau roll on you, you know, when they come for you, which they're going to come for all of us. I mean, it is what it is. But y'all won't smoke with Esau, man. Y'all at the gun range. And you get mad at me for putting up a video, but you put a video up of yourself, you know, shooting at the gun range, saying you tapping into Esau's blessing. You know, and basically showing that you ready for a race war, man. You incriminate yourself, but you get mad that I post a video. Hey, Jake is a joke, man. You know, so that's why, I'm doing this lesson on you, man. But to expound upon the point, we're not supposed to be that way. You know, which I did. That was going off, man. Matthew chapter 23, verse 5. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. And that was to be seen of men. Going down there to D.C. Yeah, so now you on CNN. Now you on Fox. Now you are in a Washington Post. All right? Now we know Esau, he was going to set it up anyway as far as coming for Israel. But see, you gave him the, how can I put it? You basically gave him the ammunition, you know? You gave Esau everything he needed to demonize us. That was easy work. You gave Esau his ammo, everything he needed for Israel. So now it's easy work. You know, now we all terrorists. Which, like I said, Esau, he was going to do it anyway, but y'all made it easy for him, man. Y'all don't know that we at war right now. We're at war with Esau right now. And y'all did that to be seen of men. That's the point. We don't do this to be seen of men. Now, we're going to be seen of men when we go out there and teach. We confess Yahweh before men. But see, y'all purposely went to where a large gathering of people were thinking y'all about to do something, man. You know? Calling Esau out. Being carnal. Now, don't get me wrong. Those are things you do when you first come into truth. Which shows that y'all haven't grown at all. When you first come into truth, you want to go, you know, and teach where a parade is. Or you want to go and teach, you know, where a large gathering of people are. You know, the list goes on and on. You fill in the blanks. The point is, you want that attention, so to speak. You want to show everybody what you know. That's the spirit you have when you first come into truth. Because you got that zeal. But y'all haven't grown. I don't give a damn how old you are, man. You know? And if you're being cut by this, then repent. All right? But let me go from there. Let me get Colossians chapter 4. Because I'm going to make this quick, man. I mean, it's obvious that was going off, which I did. So I don't need to make this very long. Colossians chapter 4 and verse 5. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. And like I mentioned, that wasn't walking with wisdom. That was being stupid. That wasn't being bold as a lion. That was being stupid. Okay? You walk in wisdom toward them that are without. That means the Israelites that's not in the truth. All right? You showed them the way. Redeeming the time. You're using your opportunity right now to teach them the word the right way. Instead of seeking attention. You know? And like brothers said, man, like the Elder Yashawam, he said a while ago, if this was a physical war, which is going to get physical soon, you guys, you would get yourselves killed and you would get us killed too. Because we at war right now, but now it's spiritual. But very soon Esau is going to get carnal. You know? And that little footage y'all gave them, that's all they need to basically feed the propaganda machine to bring in this race war. That's what you guys are being used for. You don't even know it. A lot of you jakes ain't too bright, man. You know? Like Elder Apostle Gabar said, a lot of y'all not too smart. That was very stupid, you know? Very stupid. Verse 6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt. And if you cook with salt, if you season something with salt, it doesn't need too much salt. That was too much salt, man. Y'all pulled the whole salt can out, man. You know? That wasn't brave. That was idiotic. It wasn't bold. It was stupid. Okay? I'm going to call it what it is, man. You know, if you season something with salt, you're being wise with it. You're cooking, you're seasoned. You're seasoned with your thinking. Okay? You have understanding. You're going to know it doesn't take that much. All right? And let's say if y'all was down there teaching, you would generalize things that you say. You wouldn't point out the Edomites. You wouldn't point out their whole group. You know? You would generalize it. Yeah, we say Esau the devil. America's going to be destroyed. Esau going to slavery. You know? We would do all that, but see, really, just by y'all presence, like I said, just by y'all being there, that wasn't wise. That wasn't smart. You know, not to mention y'all pointing Esau out and shit. You know? It's the way you do things, man. And like I said, when we first came in the truth, we was doing that. But then you learn it's a better way to do things. I got to use wisdom. I got to be prudent when dealing with the enemy. Because the enemy going to flip it on you. And that's what Esau did in his media. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt. Right, so you have understanding. You know? That ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. Comprehending much in few words. You know, we're straight to the point, man. America's going to be destroyed. Esau going to slavery. We don't need to call him names. We just call him who he is, an Edomite. You know, you an Edomite. I don't need to call you an incest baby. I just got to call you an Edomite. Me calling you an Edomite is the worst thing I could ever call you. You know? You got to be wise, man. You know? And in some cases, when we close out camp, well, I'm going to say for our camp down here, we don't say death to America anymore. We say abad babal. Because abad babal is saying death to America in the Hebrew. Abad babal. Destroy Babylon. Destroy America. So we're being wise now, man. We're using wisdom. The longer you're in the truth, the more wise you should become. All right, now I'm going to close out with this right here. In Sirach 27:12. Sirach chapter 27 and verse 12. If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding. Right, so if you're among a lot of people, or even a few people that don't believe in the truth, if you're among the indiscreet, people that's not in the truth, you observe the time, meaning you limit your time around them. Let's say if y'all was down in D.C. and teaching, if you saw Esau getting out of hand, you like, you know what? We got to dust off our feet. We got to leave the spot. You're not following the protocol. You're not following the scriptures. Y'all did your own thing, man. Sirach, hey, because Jake want to say, well, nah, we being bold. You know, we bold as a lion. Nah, you being idiotic, man. You know, let me read this again. Hey, and what our Lord said, be ye wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. And the Lord also said, if you be teaching in a particular town or city and they don't receive you there, shake off the dust of your feet. So if you saw Gad not understanding, because they wasn't getting it, they wasn't trying to hear y'all, you dust off your feet. But Jake want to do their own thing, man. Establishing their own righteousness. Sirach 27:12. If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time. Meaning you watching your clock. All right? You watching your watch. You like, you know what? I need to get the hell up out of here. But be continually among men of understanding. Men like yourself. Other Israelites that understand. Because see, y'all want to take it upon yourselves to wake up Israel. It ain't going to work that way, man. The Lord is waking up Israel, not us. He's using us as the vessels, as instruments to wake up Israel, but really he's doing it. It's not us, man. So y'all being carnal thinking you about to go down somewhere and wake up Gad, man. Wake up Gad or any other tribes. All right? They wasn't trying to hear that. But hey, that's the point, man. I hope this is edifying. Hey, stop being carnal, man. So with that, I want to say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, by Shimra Kakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone, still rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.
The Catholic high school student who comes face-to-face with a Native American elder in a viral video is now responding. In a statement, student Nick Sandman says the viral video does not reflect the true nature of events when the students arrived at the Lincoln Memorial. When we arrived, we noticed 4 African American protesters who were also on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, he said. The protesters said hateful things. Indeed, a small group of black men who identify as Hebrew Israelites did say hateful things to seemingly everyone around them, including a priest.
Let's make America great again. A bunch of child molesting
and the students.
See how you got these pompous bastards come down here in the middle of a native rally with their dirty ass hat on?
When a black visitor tries to stand up against their rhetoric, he faces hate too.
You got all these dirty ass crackers behind you with a red Make America Great hat again on, and your coon ass, you want to fight your brother.
At first, the Catholic students there for the March for Life are still in small numbers, but more and more show up, watching but not engaging. The small group of men continue taunting them.
A bunch of incest babies. A bunch of babies made out of incest. Right,
Sandman says the rhetoric was startling. Because we were being loudly attacked and taunted in public, a student asked one of our teacher chaperones for permission to begin school spirit chants to counter the hateful things that were being shouted at our group. And they do. At one point, a student removes his shirt and the chants drown everything out. 2 minutes later, you hear a drum beat. That is Nathan Phillips, an Omaha tribe elder, and another drummer. Phillips says it was their attempt to thwart potential violence. The kids danced to it. They began chanting along.
I realized I had put myself in a really dangerous situation. There's like, here's a group of people who were angry at somebody else, and I put myself in front of that.
Phillips, a Vietnam veteran, walks around. Other students avoid him until you see him come face to face with the student who has now gone viral. In his statement, the student says he was the one trying to de-escalate the situation, not Phillips. I believe that by remaining motionless and calm, I was helping to diffuse the situation. I realized everyone had cameras and that perhaps a group of adults was trying to provoke a group of teenagers into a larger conflict. Sandman has every opportunity to move back. So does Phillips. Neither do. While they faced off, the kids faced more taunting from the Hebrew Israelite group.
This is a bunch of future school shooters.
That's right.
While Phillips maintains he felt the kids were mocking him and being rude, Sandman says it was the adults using hateful words and trying to provoke the kids, not the other way around. After seeing the initial viral video, the diocese that oversees the Covington Catholic High School in Kentucky condemned the students' behavior towards Native Americans, saying they would also investigate. The mayor of their city also condemned them. But now, Congressman Thomas Massey, who represents their district, is praising them, tweeting in part, "In the face of racist and homosexual slurs, the young boys refused to reciprocate or disrespect anyone, even when taunted by homophobic bigots, which was obviously bewildering to them. They insulted no one." The congressman said it was his honor to represent them.